Let's set our clock, shall we?
I caught a big fat bug right in my spider web. Now the spider gets to give the bug a big sting.
You're listening in on my conversations, aren't you? So, we can do this the nice way, or we can do it the hard way, and I can release my bipolar. Thank you. And I know I'm being recorded, but if you're one of those two-time donut-eating piece of crap that don't like rules, a high school bully with a badge, I'm sorry, buddy, but I eat high school bullies for breakfast. So,
I can't be here all the time. You were not supposed to play Spider anymore. Now you never can play Spider again.
I should like to ask you to abandon this game of art which you are accustomed to play here with your actors. To ask you again, quite seriously, who are you?
Well, if this fellow doesn't have a nerve. A man comes here who calls himself a character and asks me who I am.
A character, sir, may always ask a man who he is. Because a character has a real life of his own, marked with special characteristics. For this reason, a character is always somebody. But a man, I'm not saying you now, may very well be nobody.
Yes, but you are asking these questions of me, the director, the boss. Do you understand?
But only to know if you, as you really are now, can see yourself as you once were, with all the illusions that were yours then, with all the things both inside of you and outside of you as they seemed to you then. Well, sir, if you think of all those illusions which mean nothing to you now, of all those things which don't even seem to you to exist now, whereas once they were for you, don't you feel that the very earth under your feet is sinking away when you reflect that in this same way, this you as it seems to you now, this present reality of yours, is fated to seem a mere illusion tomorrow?
Well, and where does all this take us anyway?
Nowhere. It's only to show that if we characters have no reality beyond illusion, then you too cannot count overmuch on your reality as it seems today, since like that of yesterday it may prove a mere illusion tomorrow.
Oh, excellent. Next you'll be saying that you, with this comedy of yours you have brought me here, are more true and real than I am.
But of course, without a doubt.
Oh, really?
But I thought you understood that from the beginning.
More real than I.
If your reality can change
Well,
from
of
day to
course
day...
it can change the same as anyone else's.
No, sir. Not ours. Look here. Our reality doesn't change. It can't change. It can't be other than it is because it's already fixed. Forever. It's terrible. Ours is an immutable reality that should make you shudder when you approach us. If you are truly conscious of the fact that your reality is a transitory and fleeting illusion, taking one form today and another tomorrow. An illusion of reality in this fatuous comedy of life which never ends, nor can never end. Because if it were to end tomorrow, why then, all would be nothing.
Oh, for God's sake, will you at least stop this philosophizing and let us try and shape this comedy which you yourself have brought us here? You argue and philosophize a bit too much, my dear sir.
But believe me, I feel what I think. And I seem to be philosophizing only to those who cannot think what they feel, because they blind themselves with self-sentiment. I know that to many people such self-blinding seems much more human. But the contrary is really true. For a man never reasons so much or becomes so introspective as when he suffers. It's when he suffers that he seeks to find the reasons for his suffering, to find out whether it's just or unjust that he should have to suffer them. But on the other hand, when a man is happy, he takes his happiness as he comes and doesn't think about it, just as if happiness were his right. An animal suffers without reasoning about its suffering. But take the case of a man who suffers and begins to reason about it, and oh no, it can't be allowed. Let him suffer as an animal suffers, and then, ah, yes, he is human.
Oh, look here, you're off again, philosophizing worse than ever.
I'm not philosophizing. I'm crying aloud the reason of my suffering.
If a blind person and one who can see are both in darkness, they are the same. When the light comes, one who can see will see the light, and the blind person will stay in darkness.
Because every image has a frame, and every frame excludes a world beyond its edges. And yet, when we understand something, we still say, I see.
The bridal chamber was the final mystery, and it remains just so to us today. It seems to have been an experience. An experience. In this world, where strength and weakness are to be found, there is union of male and female. But in the eternal realm, there is a different kind of union. And they are not different, but the same. This is incomprehensible to hearts of flesh. The separation of male and female was the beginning of death. Christ came to heal the separation that was from the beginning and reunite the two, in order to give life to those who died through separation and unite them. The Father of all united the Virgin who came down, and fire shone on him. On that day, that one revealed the great bridal chamber. On that day, he came forth from the bridal chamber as one born of a bridegroom and a bride. He came forth from the bridal chamber as one born from a bridegroom and a bride. If one becomes an attendant of the bridal chamber, that one will receive the light. For those who receive the light cannot be seen or grasped. Nothing can trouble such people even while they are living in this world. And when they leave this world, they have already received truth through images. And the world has become the eternal realm. To these people, the eternal realm is fullness. This is the way it is. It is revealed to such a person alone. Hidden not in darkness and night, but hidden in perfect day and holy light. Touching in this life, inner and outer. Jung kept talking about opposites, the unification of opposites, two worlds. This is the wedding of worlds. And it says that he who experiences such a thing has received truth through images. Where it says, truth did not come into the world naked, but through the types and images